Yeah, it is the 3rd of April 2018. It is Marvel Contest of Champions news for Tuesday. So yes, it's been a little while since I did the last Marvel Contest of Champions news. That's because not a lot of things have actually happened, and I think I only had about 3 stories, so there wasn't any point. But there is a lot of stories that I need to cover. Backlash in the community about Sentinels, some of the bosses in map 5, some stuff with regards to Alliance Wars Season 1 finishing and some kind of problems with that. And also there's kind of fluff pieces and talking a little bit about the fallout when it comes to April Fools. So without further ado, let's jump into these lovely news stories. The first thing to talk about is April Fools. If you're not familiar with what went on, we had the kind of like YOLO thing where we had a message from Deadpool in that it basically said like Deadpool loves something or other. I can't really remember. Either way, there was a little kind of crystal that was given to you, and the great thing about it was everybody got 1,000 5-star shards, which, let's put it this way, I think if Kabam put something that was an actual kind of April Fools that kind of tricked everyone, I think the community would really be mad at Kabam. But in this kind of aspect, they're like, no, do you know what, that's meant to be an April Fools. You didn't technically fool us, though you did, and you gave us something nice. What are you trying to get at? What are you about to launch? Something that maybe like people kind of like, hey, there must be a secret agenda to this. There must be something around the corner. But so far so good-ish. There's a few stories that kind of like maybe kind of go, hey, well, maybe up to no good. But for the large part of it, I think the community were pretty happy with regards to getting the crystal. But obviously, if you followed the channel and also a few others, we kind of cashed in on the kind of April Fools, which is the first time I've ever done it. First of all, my man Vex, he got involved in the situation. A link to the video is in the description. And yes, he was like saying, oh, I've had enough of the game. I'm quitting the game. Which was, again, like, I think each year we're all going to go like, hey, we're doing some April Fools. Yeah, it's going to be an April Fools, obviously. I don't think anybody has any trust in the internet on the 1st of April. And next up, Dave had a go at the situation. And obviously that Infobot shared this video out. I've paused the video in a very compromising position. Sorry, Dave. He's having a little Dave-gasm. But yeah, it's like, but they weren't alone, as yours truly gave it a go. I think obviously people weren't really impressed with it, but at the same time, yeah, it's an April Fool's thing. I think a lot of people may have taken me a bit too seriously on it to begin with, but that's the thing. I also like reading some of the comments. People were very interested with the package sandwich. It was a lovely BLT sandwich, by the way, and as well the image. So we're basically at work for my birthday. Someone took a photo of well, I took a photo. I left it like on my computer, and someone took a picture of the of me in a big sombrero with a big mustache, which you can see if you watch the video. Like I said, the link to that one as well as Dave's as well as Vex's is in the description. But yeah, those are the two things. Like, people couldn't stop looking at me rather than me as in the one with the sombrero, as well as the sandwich. That was the most oddest thing to take away from that video. But yeah, that was April Fools. And now back to the serious story. So, Alliance Wars Seasons is about to end. Many congratulations to anybody that had and felt that they had a strong finish to their Alliance Wars Seasons. I felt that us and our Alliance finished quite strongly. We started off with a lot of jitters with the first start to the Alliance Wars Seasons, but we've really kind of got into it and got motoring and kind of climbed quite a bit. I think about 300 place climb within our bracket, but we want more, and I think that's the thing. If you're an alliance that wants more, then you will fight for more. So that's hopefully what we're going to do in Season 2. But it does mean that there is a longer break. For me, I can't wait because a lot of my champions are very important to me. A lot of my kind of decent champions are wrapped up in Alliance Wars, and I would like to get them out once in a while and try and get through and steamroll through the rubbish that is Alliance quest changes, and also like a lot of Act 5 stuff, which I'm really chomping at the bit to get done. 5.2 is nearly done for me. I'm going to get 5.3 and 5.4 got done, like hopefully within a month. But the problem is, yes, when your lead champions are in and tied to Alliance Wars, you then don't have many other champions to kind of rely on when it comes to like getting you through a lot of content, which is something, as I said, I'm experiencing and a lot of the players are experiencing as well. And then it means that the points side of things and their bracketing, as well as their success in Alliance Wars Season 1 and the chance of getting decent rewards, is just down the pan, and it's very disappointing to see things like this. The Destiny Stings sent me this on Twitter, but it's someone else on Reddit. I'm not sure if he's the same person. Anyway, I was really kind of like sad to see this because someone within the Alliance has potentially like done something which has then meant that their account is theoretically either banned or is subject to some issues. It then means that an Alliance leader has then gone and then has just taken everybody out of the Alliance and screwed everything up for everybody participating. There's not much information to really kind of go on with regards to this, but it basically involves someone being hacked, a lot of people being kicked from the Alliance, and only officers and the leader being able to get Season 1 rewards. This is a very disappointing story, as I've said, and Kabam have been contacted to try and do something, but I don't think at the point of recording this video that anything has been done. Now, we have covered something like this on the channel with regards to Marvel Contest Champions news several weeks ago, which kind of addressed a similar issue where someone within the Alliance had hacked and therefore had affected the rest of the Alliance. This one is a bit more extreme in that kicking people from an Alliance so they don't claim Season 1 rewards is disgusting beyond belief. And obviously I hope that something can be done with regards to improving the situation, but I think a lot of the time it is falling on deaf ears. Either way, I wish you all the best in the future, and hopefully this can be resolved. If it doesn't, maybe it's the best kind of like lesson learned to then try and find a better Alliance. And also Kabam, I really would hope can look at this when it comes to the next season of Alliance Wars, so that we don't see any kind of quick boots, quick kind of decisions at the same time that everyone doesn't get punished as a result of some very small people's actions. Our next story is all about Alliance Quest Sentinels. Now, this has come with a lot of backlash. I won't be going into great detail about this because I've covered this in a separate video, and obviously you can go and watch that video, it's up on the channel. But the main thing to really say about this is the backlash is all about things with regards to the way the classes work with Sentineloids, the kind of comparison that, hey, well, symbioids, adaptoids, and Ultron drones were a lot more easier. So why have we got Sentineloids and why are they a lot more difficult? The fact that they are having some kind of extra immunities, like, well, they're having poison immunity, they also have bleed immunity, is very frustrating, as well as the way that, say, special attacks work, and the fact that, you know, you need to be on point with regards to L1 and L2. You're pushing even further with the champions with regards to getting up to 40 analysis, and if you haven't got the champion down, you're going to feel the pain of special attacks. But like I said, I've covered this fully in a video, as well as addressing the kind of Nightcrawler issue with regards to the player base and community who are frustrated when it comes to map 5. My kind of main point with that one is that it's all about devices, and maybe devices that are a little bit older than maybe the device you have. So if your device has been around for the last 2 years, or maybe an iOS device, then have a thought to those that maybe are on a different type of device, like an Android device that's maybe 2 years plus old, or a tablet that's 2 years plus old, that maybe isn't working as fast for you, so therefore fights with highly evadable champions become a little bit frustrating. And that is really the kind of point I want to end on. But like I said, I've covered this a bit more in depth with another video. Next up is arena results. Oh man, we've seen another 45 mil. Okay, so this is going to be, I think, well, it seems to be leveling out really for champions, so I guess there's some positives there. Also, like, but it's good to pick up milestones, and also milestones are then pinging up some decent stuff. Also, looking at it, we had Mr. Falcon go for 1.7 mil. This is pretty good. Like, anything in basic at the moment is really darn positive, because people are going to find that they can grind out this a lot more achievably, and like then we've got this kind of scaling. But then when it comes to getting more kind of end game players, then the scaling is just, well, it's off the scale at 45 mil if we consider that what people can put in. And then when you look at the featured is kind of pushing that 13 mil mark. And like I've said before, I feel like a weather person every time I'm like pointing at these scores. But the main thing is to take home is that there seems to be a trend now with regards to the 4-star featured going up a little bit more than normal. Hopefully that's the case, that goes down, or if kind of like stays put, because it can be, again, very frustrating, especially if we consider that if people want to make a big commitment to kind of grind, they either have to kind of go, right, well, I'll wait for the basic to come in. I'll wait for this to go in basic and have to wait a long ass time. And with regards to like the featured side of things, when they re-roll the featured, then it will drop down, I think, quite a bit. but you know, the 5-star one is quite extreme. However, it's great to pick up these kind of little kind of bits and bobs here with regards to arena cutoff. So if you're kind of grinding out and you're looking to put like just over 5 mil, you can get a good chunk of 5-star shards. That, again, is pretty darn good. If you're then putting a bit more in and want to grind out for some battle chips, and you know you're putting about 10 mil, and again you're getting a largely sizable amount of 5-star shards, which obviously you don't have to, like, you in a kind of a dead time when there's no new events, there's no new kind of sub quests or kind of like added extra quests or things like rifts or other things that are important, then hey, then there's going to be some 5-star shards you can grind out. But obviously the choice about grinding out an arena is yours. I'm grinding out a lot more at weekends because, well, you know, I need more 5-star shards, don't we all? And sticking with the story of arena, upcoming is Medusa as well as Luke Cage. Luke Cage will be hitting obviously the 4-star featured and the 5-star featured, so it's cool to see him back. But with regards to like cutoffs of both champions, lots of things are up for grabs with regards to predictions. Medusa, I've seen things about people saying about 4.8 mil. I'm not sure if she'll go as high as that, but still a very useful champion. I would have grinded her out if I didn't get her awakened, so hey, that's good. I think I'll just be going for milestones and getting in the pool. But when it comes to Luke Cage, if we're comparing him to say how Gambit fell and other kind of like sources, then we could look for about that 23 mil cutoff point, maybe even 24 to be safe. And with regards to the 4-star featured, anything really goes. If people are really going for milestones, you could see something around about 8 mil as a push. But you know, anything between that 5 to 8 mil, I think is a good kind of like chunk to go for there. Either way, I can't see it pushing past 10 mil. So hopefully you have fun grinding out over the weekend. I'll probably be locked in doing questing, but you know, I do want to grind out more arena, so I'll probably end up getting some milestones at least. So that has been your jam-packed Marvel Contest of Champions news for the 3rd of April 2018. Hopefully you can have a great week, and obviously catch me tomorrow because I will be live streaming the new event and kind of grinding out a good chunk of uncollected, because obviously I need to get that done, lots of that done, lots of questing done, some rifts by the end of the week. There's lots of stuff that needs to be recorded and kind of done, and then cleared before I make on Sunday Marvel Contest of Champions Memes 3. Yes, on that Sunday I'm hopefully going to have it off, do some live stuff, and make the video, because it's going to take a long time to make. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this edition of Marvel Contest of Champions News. I've been RichTheMan. Make sure you like, subscribe, and also hit notifications on so you see the news when it pops up. And as always, I shall catch you on the flip side. Bye bye for now.